Hello and welcome to the University of North Texas Metalsmithing and Jewelry Program video series. In this introduction, we will show you the basics of soldering. Soldering is a fundamental skill in metalsmithing and jewelry making. Every piece is just a bit different, but we hope these basics help you on your way to perfecting the skill. By definition, soldering is the application of heat to melt a lower melting point alloy in order to join pieces of metal together. Different alloys of solder melt at different temperature ranges to enable soldering multiple parts together without remelting previous joints. Typically, wire-silver solder alloys look identical, so the ends are bent to prevent mixing them up. Before soldering, make sure your metal and solder are clean. There should be no gaps in your seam. As is often said, solder is not spackle. If a piece is to have multiple solder seams, start with hard solder. For this sample, we will just show a simple T-joint with medium solder. Often, it can take longer to properly set up your pieces to solder than the actual soldering. Use of soldering aids, like this third hand, are essential. Flux is used to prevent oxidation, which will keep the joint clean while soldering. Place small pieces of solder along the seam, usually much less is needed than beginners think. Heating both pieces evenly is crucial. Like in this sample, most pieces are different sizes, so proper control of heating is essential. Before lighting the torch, make sure your ventilation is on and the gas cylinder is open. Open the knob just slightly and strike the lighter to the side of the torch tip. Adjust the torch flame to the appropriate size for the soldering to be done. Remember, the hottest part of the flame is at the tip of the inner cone. Warm the metal overall to dry the flux. Be careful that boiling flux can cause solder pieces to move or even jump. When the flux goes clear, it is approaching soldering temperature. Be sure both pieces of metal are reaching the same temperature at the same time. You can control the temperature of the metal by the distance and direction of the torch flame. The solder is drawn to heat. As the solder flows, use the torch to direct the flow of solder through the seam. Be careful not to overheat or unevenly heat, or else the solder won't flow evenly. After soldering, let the piece air cool and then place in this pickle, a mild acid solution, to clean the metal. Be sure to use copper tongs when moving pieces in or out of the pickle. The piece should remain in the pickle long enough to remove the oxides and any remaining flux. After removing from the pickle, rinse and clean the piece. And that completes our basic introduction to soldering. We hope this short video helps make your experiences safe and productive.